am here to entertain y'all as well. So when people come at me about my system and how I do this and how I do that, I'm going to say this one more time. I am 9 out of 10 where my number ones and my number twos have played in the championship. So I pretty much kind of know what I be doing. I'm never fought off or nothing. And I did something new this year when I came into the preseason with it. I said all that to say this, bro. Like, these little dudes look forward to seeing the top 5 and hearing where they rank, even if they got to move up or whatever they got to do. The little kids, I think they enjoy what I do. For the most part, I think most of the coaches enjoy what I do. Now, they got a few people out there that's real critics of mine, and I'm all right with that. I don't take it personal. I don't take it personal. Like, I don't take it personal. But just kind of understand that I try to do it to keep it entertaining, to keep it fun. And if everybody know who's supposed to be 1 through 5, it's not no fun for me to even do it. So, with all that being said, let me dive into the top 5 for 11 and 12-year-old division going into week 5. Holla. Drink my coffee first. I don't even drink coffee. Y'all ready? Let's go. At number 5, making a re-entry into the top 5 is the defending champions. They ain't been in the top 5 for the last 2 weeks, but the HARRELL Rams coming in at number 5. And when I think about the HARRELL Rams, I want to give a special shout out to Tayshawn Smith. Ron HARRELL, he's known as Snoop. And he was awarded the Week 3 Player of the Week in the West Division. But the HARRELL Rams making an entry back at number 5. With Rodney going through his suspension, Coach David and Coach Derek, they got these boys off to 3-0. A 3-0 start since they first lost against Lions Center. So, Amari Cooper, he's doing his thing. Holiday is becoming more of a leader from what I hear. From what I'm hearing, that Holiday is starting to kind of put the team on his back a little more, taking more responsibility as a leader. But the HARRELL Rams coming in at number 5 is a big deal for that whole organization with all the turmoil that's going on with their team, with the allegations against their coach about whatever, the water situation. But number 5, the HARRELL Rams, the U. Move along to the number 14. This team is fastly becoming one of my favorite teams in the city. Led by Player of the Week for Week 1, a nominee to be Player of the Week for Week 3. The Willie Hall Panthers, bro, like, I'm really starting to be a big fan of this team. All across the board, I'm watching the Chad again, and he's scoring a touchdown like he did against St. Rock. This team has playmakers, but the guy on this team that most people in this 11 and 12 division better stand notice of, number 81, Dylan. I don't know Dylan's last name. Somebody, please. I need that kid's last name. Because this guy, Dylan, is a monster on defense. He reminds me of a 2017 Jared Johnson. That's how impactful this kid is for Willie Hall. So, Willie Hall got playmakers. Like I said, he led by Tim. And with Tim in the game, I think they can beat a lot of people. But the Willie Hall Panthers at 4-0 is our number 4 rated team. Moving along to the number 3 team, which is straight out of Algiers, Norman State Wildcats. Led by Coach T, led by Matthias Lee, Baby T, and you know the rest of the gang over there at Norman. They're just winning. Quietly going under the radar. Nobody's even talking about Norman no more because of the fuss with the other teams in the Eastern Conference. Nobody's talking about Norman no more. But they're just quietly sneaking through the radar, winning. They had a big win a week ago against Lions Center, which was really big for Norman, moving up in the power ranks from 4 to 3. But all I'm going to say is, like I'm going to say it again, Norman is still my favorite as a team to beat when it comes to winning the championship. The number 3 team on our list is the Norman Wildcats. Number 2, y'all already know number 2 is the MCCUE Eagles. And what's crazy about this, I'm about to say this, and it's going to sound so funny. The MCCUE Eagles at number 2, led by Naaman Landry, my new guy there. Neyman Landry he's holding his team down on his back. No Frederick at running back. Neyman is making big plays on offense and defense. I can honestly say this little dude is keeping his team alive, keeping his team active. He's letting the whole world know, like, Fred wasn't the only one on his team. So, Neyman Landry with the MCCUE Eagles, he has these dudes in prime position. He got him in prime position. I'm not going to lie. Coach BJ got people telling me around the city that they still think MCCUE has the #1 defense in all 11 and 12. And a couple years ago when it was at 9 and 10s, I remember Torah always saying that MCCUE got the best defense at 9 and 10 when Maul had it. But this same group here, people are saying that this is the best defense in 11 and 12 football. They small. That's what I like about them. And you know, I'm always say they really get it out the mud. That's my little crew from under the bridge at number 2, the MCCUE Eagles, the Q as they like to call it. Let's just go on with the #1 team in the top 5 at 11 and 12. And you know who it is. Y'all don't know who it is? Well, call for backup. The train coming. When they hit the field, everybody start running. I don't know if they still a thing or if they just want to be public enemy #1. I got you, Playboy. But the Pontchartrain Patriots, bro. The Pontchartrain Patriots, they've been putting up big games for the last 2 weeks. They had a tough one with Digby yesterday, 14-6. Where they took care of Digby. They rival, if you want to call Digby a rival, the Pontchartrain. But this Pontchartrain team is led by a slew of athletes. Like, they got athletes all over the place. You know the Christian brothers. You know Lil D. You know my guy 2.5. You know Big B. Like, they got all type of athletes all over the field. And this Pontchartrain team is really putting the Bulls on their own back right now by calling themselves public enemy #1, taking a little slick shot at Digby, and took the shot at Coach Nick. You know what I mean? So how that stuff gonna come into play when we talking about the #1 team, Pontchartrain Patriots? Now the attention going to y'all right now. Y'all #1, the Bulls are on y'all back now. So you gotta play Willie Hall, you gotta play Sampson, you still have to play a tough schedule to hold that #1 spot down. So the #1 team in 11 and 12 is the Pontchartrain Patriots. Give you a quick rundown of our top 5 as I see. Number 5, the HARRELL Rams, the U. Number 4, the Willie Hall Panthers, Wakanda. Number 3, Norman Wildcats, Norman State. Number 2, MCCUE Eagles, out the mud, under the bridge. MCCUE, that's my guys. And at #1, the Pontchartrain Patriots, gang green, donut shop. And that's how we coming, baby. 1008 TVU Sports. We're in the building, man. Holla back. Yeah.